introduce Peter Spilkin, owner of Tangent Strategies. Peter, can you give us a 30-second elevator pitch on your company?
Yeah, I absolutely can. I'll start by saying that selling today is not just a job. It is an essential profession, no less than any other profession. And business owners depend on their salespeople to bring in new business, to bring in more business, and to hang on to the business that they already have. And buyers demand, today's buyers demand that salespeople come to them as sophisticated, as educated, as objective advisors, not agendized bounty hunters. So Tangent Strategies teaches, not simply trains, but teaches, educates salespeople and their employers the levels of sophistication, of objectivity, of advisory skills that buyers demand, but that buyers more readily welcome, more readily trust, and are more likely to say yes to. That, in a nutshell, is what Tangent does.
Excellent. And can you tell us something new that's happening?
Sydney, can you just pause for 1 second? That was good. I just want to get, it was fine. I just need to get back a little bit further. That was fine. Okay, go for it.
And Peter, can you tell us something new that's happening with Tangent Strategies right now?
Yes, actually, we have just introduced a program called the Hiring Mentorship Program. And it is targeted at business owners, business managers who are planning on hiring new salespeople or more salespeople. And and whether they work to hire the salespeople themselves or have recruiters hiring the salespeople or helping them hire the salespeople, we work together as a team. And our job on behalf of the recruiters and of the employers is to help develop the questions that will be asked of the candidates in meeting interviews, in job interviews. And our job is also to be at the interview, to listen to how the candidates answer the questions and what they say in answering the questions. And then ultimately to, after the interviews are over, debrief with everyone to determine and to hire the best candidate possible. The object is to be able to hire the best the first time. That is so critical because the best means someone who truly enjoys selling. And if they truly enjoy selling, they're going to be successful at it, not only for themselves, but for their employers. And when people are enjoying what they do in their jobs, when they are successful at it, they stay with it longer. So what the best means is a candidate that is going to stay with that employer for the long haul, so that the employer can truly get a return for their investment on hiring that individual and increase their business. So the Hiring Mentorship Program is one that brings to the table all of Tangent Strategies' education, selling education experience.
Wonderful. And do you have any tips for our members?
Yes, I do. Let me begin by saying this, by sharing something that I think most of us already know. And that is that salespeople are the most avoided business people in North America. And when you think about the time that salespeople invest, in fact waste, in trying to reach out and make contact with potential buyers again and again and again, only to have the buyers waste time avoiding salespeople again and again and again. All this time wasted on a national, international scale is absolutely huge. And it is a detractor to our economy. It's a detractor to the economy of salespeople, the economy of their employers, of our cities, of our provinces, and our Canadian economy. And we have only to look at our current Canadian economy and the state of that economy to know that something is wrong. What I typically do is I encourage employers to look at the selling methods that they send their salespeople out with into the field, and to look at the selling methods that today's sales trainers are teaching their salespeople, and to ask themselves, are those methods ones that they, as buyers, because we're all buyers at some point, would they, as buyers, see these methods as ones that they would warmly welcome, readily trust, or would they be methods that they would rather avoid, like most people do? And if the answer is the latter, then something has to change. So the tip that I have is actually very simple, traditional. In fact, it's almost biblical. And what that is I encourage employers of salespeople and salespeople to sell to others as you would wish people would sell to you. And if you follow that one very, very simple rule, I virtually guarantee that your salespeople and your companies will be more successful than they are right now.
Very kind analogy. And Peter, why did you choose Halifax?
Good question. Throughout the 1980s, I traveled as a sales representative nationally from coast to coast, and even down in the U.S., parts of the U.S. And when I came to Atlantic Canada, I usually had Halifax as my home base, and I would travel around from there. And I would come back to Halifax time and time again. And each time I did, I loved working with the people. I loved the environment, not only the weather, but the business environment as well. I loved the proximity to the Atlantic Ocean. And I really loved the depth and wealth of history here in Halifax. So when, about 6 years ago, my life changed dramatically, I had an opportunity to ask myself, if I could choose to live anywhere on this planet, where would I love to live? And I knew immediately, I've always wanted to live in Halifax, so I chose Halifax. And I haven't looked back. It's been a wonderful place to live, and an equally wonderful place to do business. So yes, I chose Halifax.
I love hearing stories like that when people really choose to live here.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great. And so finally, what's your favorite way to leverage your chamber membership?
Actually, it is what we're doing right now. I think one of the best things that the Halifax Chamber of Commerce has come up with, in fact, one of the best things I've seen of any Chamber of Commerce is the Grow Halifax program. And I've become intimately involved with the Grow Halifax program, and I see it as positive and progressive, and I love the myriad of ways that the Chamber helps me to reach out and make contact to my target market. And I'm already seeing positive results from that. And I know that as my company becomes more successful, it can only add to and help grow Halifax. So that's how I leverage it.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for yours.
Maybe just introduce yourself
I
too,
was
Cindy.
going to say, yeah, okay.
You can just do it anytime.
Hi, my name's Cindy Dean, and I'm Member Services Coordinator here at the Chamber.
That's great, guys.